looks like a sort of a hidden fastener system. They got some type of latch here. Yep. Some sort of latched edge. And all the screws on the back. Seven and a half inches with 3 inches, and then 3.5 inches. Funky detailing work. Probably would reuse this cap metal. Seems to be part of the front decoration. A lot of conduits up here. Need to charge a tad extra for that. I don't know what the heck happened to this roofing. It's all yellow. Material goes all the way up under the cap metal sections, and then in the stucco sections we got term bar, and all these details are just for this upper roof. Maybe this lower roof right here is the same. Again with the turn bar down there. And you take note of where the cap metal ends, because it looks like we got anywhere from 2 foot up to 4 foot walls with the cap metal, and then it stays around a foot elsewhere. Same going on up here. Let's measure it, huh? It's smaller up there, so this is the tall section here. Okay, 2.5 foot, maybe 3 foot if you account for what laps over the top. Turn bar underneath these units. There's their power up here. That'll have to be fixed. That's just old sealant, no cracking. Not doing anything with that. All right. All right, this roof is in much worse shape. Wonder if there's a roof access where I can check the depth of this insulation though. Lots of conduit again. Turn bar on the wall over there, about a foot up. Got some deleted swamp coolers. Let's take a look at this one. Looks like they just slapped a piece of metal right at the surface, didn't even umbrella it over the edge. Other one's the same. We'll probably just delete those completely when we re-roof it. Still not sure how thick this roofing is. I'd love to find a hole somewhere. That way I could dig through the insulation, see how deep it is without hurting anything. Gotta put my glove on. Some one-handed ladder climbing. Don't tell OSHA. All right, 1 foot walls here. Some good reglet for us at least. Feels like insulation again, making a little bit of creaking noises. This whole roof is sloped, so I don't think we have tapered insulation. Now this one, right in the middle, could be tapered insulation. It's possible. A lot of conduit, again. It's like bonded. Walls only go up a foot everywhere. Let's take a look at these drains, see if they're the same 4-inch drains as the other one. Looks like we got 2 single drains. And they do look like they're 4 inches to me. Doesn't really change the price much, so I don't absolutely have to crawl into the attic space and measure it or anything like that. Let's go see if there's any surprises over here. Roof water. Lucky workers. I wouldn't drink it. Tell you what though, portable swamp cooler up here. Woo woo. That would be nice. This is probably the easiest roof so far. We got cap metal. Let's take note of it just in case. Never mind. Well, actually, there's some damage. Normally you wouldn't touch this cap metal because our roofing only goes up a foot. But if we got some damage, take note of that. This is 9.5-inch cap metal. with a 3-inch base on both sides. Again, with that same hidden fastener system where it latches on the one side and screws in on the other. Got some hidden roof lines down there. Ooh, that one looks bad. Really, really bad. This is probably one of the more ideal spots for dumpster. It's not as though this roof has any super ideal spots with how tall these walls are. Oh, these drains are bad. I don't think it's supposed to look like that. You're supposed to see through the walls. Probably need to reseal the tops of all these reglets as well. So maybe we'll reuse this metal, maybe not. We'll have to think about that. Now, I'm not an electrician, but that does seem designed to kill someone. Definitely safer to be down there in the water than up here on the metal, right? Who knows? Not me. Take a look at the other side to see if it's got a good dumpster spot option. Might want to do this side. We got a huge gutter, gotta take a look at that. We got what looks like new cars. Probably don't want to put a dumpster there. I think those are garage doors. So we probably want to throw all this trash off of this roof onto this one. Pile it all to that far side over there and throw it off that edge. It doesn't look like there's any more roofing in this direction over these tall walls. Although, it didn't show those small roofs. You can kind of barely see them there. Well, I'll have to add that in manually then. I can do that. Just have to guesstimate a little bit. And by guesstimate, I mean I'm definitely going to measure that when the camera's not looking. Definitely not going to eyeball it and just kind of decide how big it is. A job this big, we'll have a ton of extra material anyways. Don't have to be perfect. Just have to be more perfecter than the next estimator. I don't even know what that is. Now looks like they have a little bit of cap metal here. And we probably want to do the same thing. New cap metal up to about halfway through. And then switch to turn bar. Kind of like they did, but they only did the last 15 feet. That is about 8 inches. Now that looks like the dumpster spot there. take a look at that gutter down there, decide if we should bid to replace it or not. That is one big gutter. Is that a 9-inch gutter? Let's get in there. 8-inch. An 8-inch gutter. Looks about as straight as a rainbow. But I don't see much rust. Not even very dirty. Definitely seen better gutters, but if they're not complaining, it's not in the way. Now they curled over with some sort of turn bar. Now we still haven't found power. And again, I haven't been looking as hard as I should have been. I guess it's not that big a deal. We're gonna get electricians out here and wire us up a spider box pretty much no matter what. Although there are signs of outlets, possibilities. Right. Okay. We need to do some TPO clad metal on this edge. I have a feeling this is covering the insulation. That's 6 inches. That's 6 inches. Now, it's probably the same as the rest of the roofing. 3 inches plus 1.5 inches corrugation. Although the corrugation should be flush with the top of the wall, but then you do want your drip metal to hang down a bit lower. Makes sense. 3 inches sounds right. So, walls. We accounted for most of the walls. I've got on video everything. Nothing higher than 2.5 feet. Except for maybe in that goofy section over there. Mostly no cap metal. Very light cap metal required. This roof has a decent amount of wall. Guess I better go take a look, see what type of drains it has. Now, I'm not a safety officer. Oh, wait. Yes, I am. Do I feel like I'm gonna die? A little bit. These 2 hands here. All right. Walls up to nothing. Couple of single drains. But they do have overflow scuppers. Almost 3 foot tall. Set of dual single drains, blah 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 blah. Some sort of stainless steel cap metal. Some strange bracketry. And it looks a little floppy too, like it might have moved since it's installed. Probably right here. It looks a little bit low. Hope we don't get blamed for that. Whoop. This is not any type of drip metal either. This is some sort of siding. Yeah. So, take note of that. Maybe we'll just do termination bar. Maybe we'll have them hire whatever company installed that weird siding, take it off temporarily, or maybe we'll take a gamble and do it ourselves. We do some siding. Maybe I'll try to talk them into deleting this swamp cooler. Doesn't look like it's in use and doesn't look like it should be used. Now, if that's a grease trap, it's definitely seen better days. I don't know what this is though. Again, with the drains having a scupper to go along with it. Now it looks like we have an upper drain draining onto the lower roof right here. Now this conduit has seen better days. Goes on a lovely trip to just stop randomly. Those probably aren't working. to see in there. All right, pipes. Got really good footage of how many pipes there are. We'll count that later. And the air conditioning. Let's try to convince him to delete both these swamp coolers. Can't remember if there's any more swamp coolers, but we'll try to convince him to delete all of them. Just delete these used to be swamp cooler things or whatever they were venting. We are not plumbers, and a lot of these are bad. So we'll have to decide if we want to tell them to fix it or do it ourselves and charge them. How much hassle do we want to have? What else? Insulation. I'm gonna have to assume it's 3-inch everywhere. Maybe 3.3 inch is a standard. But I can only see it in the one spot. More outlet drains. I can only see it in the one spot where the roof access is. Looks like there's only one roof access on this roof. Probably want to put dumpsters somewhere in this area. Maybe where those two cars are at over there. Either that or have them Let's look at the other side. Maybe this far end has the most ideal spot for throwing trash off this roof. So far as the layers go, seems to be only one layer. I'm not seeing any signs of 2 layers. Not seeing any double showing of like screw lumps where there's more than there should be. I can see when they re-roofed, you can see where they tear off the old stuff, you know. And there's another roof line over here. Good thing I came to check. Now this is probably the best spot, actually. What about here? Some sort of garage door there. Okay. So we would have them move this Cruise America, maybe one more van. And we could put big dumpster right there for this roof. I think it's definitely the best spot. All that water runs off this edge. That could be better, but I guess that's the way they did it. So, the last area to worry about dumpster, I think that big roof over, could be a good spot for a dumpster over there, but I have to double check that, double think about it, look at the other side. So, pipes, count the pipes, and you see insulation, 3.3 inches. Drain size, all of them look like they're 4 inches. They're all single drains. And I've got footage of them. Decking seems to be sloped, so the insulation does not get thicker as it goes. At least that appears to be the case, as best I can tell. What else? Cap metal. Very little cap metal required on this job. Dumpster access, so we're about to look at the last spot. Layers, there seems to be one layer. Walls are all accounted for in my footage. Sketchy ladder access. That'd be some sort of overflow. I don't know what's going on here. But this is not a terrible spot for a dumpster. It's actually decent. We have to completely block off that door. Let's check the other side. This is the front. They probably won't prefer, they don't want it over here because it's going to be visible for all the customers. I don't necessarily like that. Well, nothing here. Now this lower roof down here, there's only one option. It has to be done from the front. Loaded and trash thrown off right from the front over there. So we'll probably pile all the trash up, do it all in one go. All right. This looks like areas where customers are at. Probably want to avoid, loading materials or offloading trash on this side. That's that. All right. So the satellite imagery, the eagle view showed some weird wind protectors over these AC units that are not there anymore. Also appears to be a lot more AC units than this thing states. Got a bunch of swamp coolers we want to delete. Got to talk to him about these weird plumbing pipes. Got a good spot for all the dumpsters. A lot of moving trash on this one. I need wheelbarrows. I think I've got everything I need though. All right. And that is how you take notes for doing an estimate when you have an eagle view. If you don't have an eagle view, then you got to measure up the size of the roof, all of it by hand. Tape measures and rolling measures. That sucks. By the hour, it's much cheaper to just use an Eagle View. All right.